Hello, everyone, and welcome to Durrett's Take. It's that time of the week where I go over my NFL predictions for the week. So let's get started with tonight's Thursday night football game between the Bears and the Commanders. Commanders 6-point favorites. This game was a snoozer last year, if you guys remember that game. It's a snoozer last year that Washington happened to come out on top of. This year, we'll see if it's a snoozer again. Hopefully not. Against a bad defense, the Commanders on offense, in my opinion, should be able to do what they want. I also don't think Chicago on offense will have much luck against a great Washington pass rush. So I do think the Commanders get the win tonight. Whether they cover or not, we'll see. I think they could. So I have them winning 31-20. And then Sunday, you got the Jaguars versus the Bills. Bills 5.5-point favorites. Another game out in London. I wonder if the Jags already being there, unlike the Bills, will have any advantage or not for Jacksonville. Jags fans better hope that's the case because with the way the Bills are playing right now, it'll be very hard to get a win against Buffalo unless the Jaguars play a flawless game, which I don't think that will happen. So I have Buffalo winning 27-13. Titans versus Colts. Titans 2-point favorites. While there may be a lot of blowout games this week, as a heads up, I do think this divisional game should come down to the wire. Both teams want to run the ball a lot, which means the game will go by fast. Maybe it's low scoring. I think Colts head coach Shane Steichen will scheme something up against this weak Titans secondary, and rookie quarterback Anthony Richardson will continue his hot momentum that he's been playing with so far this season and lead the Colts to a big home win. I had them winning 20-17. Saints versus Patriots. Patriots 1-point favorite. For the Patriots, if they lose this game, their season is essentially over since they have a hard schedule going forward. What does not help is the Patriots' two best players, cornerback Chris Gonzalez and pass rusher Matthew Judon, are both out for the season. And the Saints' defense, despite his struggles last week, is not the defense that quarterback Matt Jones can have a get-right game from. So expect this to be a low-scoring game, but the Saints with the better talent will prevail in this game. I have Saints winning 16-10. Ravens versus Steelers. Ravens 4-point favorites. Steelers quarterback Kenny Pickett says he should be able to play this game. But even if Pickett was at 100%, then the Steelers offense is still having issues. Like they're more of a mess often than not. Since the Ravens defense has been playing better than I expected when the season really started, I think the Steelers will have a hard time scoring. Something that's also unexpected is that in 2 of the 4 games this year, the Steelers' vaunted defense has been looking below average. Therefore, I feel like if Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson can make enough plays, it will be enough to get the Ravens to win. Now, here's something that concerns me. Besides the Steelers being an underdog, which is it's good to bet Steelers is an underdog, the only other thing I can see that makes me feel a little bit nervous for Ravens to cover in this game is the fact that Lamar Jackson, throughout his career has struggled against the Steelers. So we'll be interesting to see if he continues to struggle. I think Baltimore gets to win 17-6. Texans versus Falcons. Falcons 1.5-point favorites. Well. It appears the Texans are proving me wrong and that they may be able to contend within their division. Their offense is in a good rhythm, and the defense is playing like a D'Amico Ryans defense. Hard, physical, forcing turnovers. The defense should feast on the Falcons' offense. Quarterback Desmond Ridder has been looking very bad the past 2 games and has looked like one of the worst quarterbacks in the league right now. I think the Texans will be able to force a few turnovers, which end up being the difference in this game. I have Houston winning 27-13. Panthers versus Lions. Lions 10-point favorites. Well, if the Panthers are wanting to circle game that they could finally win their first game of the season, this ain't going to be it. The Lions pass rush is very good, and the Panthers offensive line has been arguably the worst in the league. Quarterback Bryce Young will once again not have enough time to make plays or have enough time for receivers to get open. I think the Lions will win, and Covey Harris big favorites. I have them winning 27-10. Giants versus Dolphins. Dolphins 11-point favorites. If you're a Giants fan, this is a horrible matchup to have after the loss to Seattle. They get a Miami team that not only can score a lot of points, but they're coming off an embarrassing loss last week and they want to take down someone. I think this will be a blowout. I have Miami winning 34-10. Bengals versus Cardinals. This one is actually hard to predict. On paper, the Bengals should win. However, Cincinnati has problems. First is their second best receiver, T. Higgins, is out for this game. Second, the offensive line continues to be bad. Third, the defense is not playing as well for the most part this season. And fourth, quarterback Joe Burrow's calf injury is not the same quarterback we all know him to be, but yet they continue to play him. So despite Arizona being flawed, this is a team where you still need to bring your A game, because if you don't, like the Cowboys didn't 2 weeks ago, then the Cardinals could take advantage. I think Arizona at home will find a way to win this game in a low-scoring game, and this will force the Bengals to consider, okay, we gotta make some serious changes. Should we punt on the season, rest Joe Burrow, stuff like that? Arizona wins 17-13. Eagles versus Rams. Eagles 4.5-point favorites. The Eagles are on upset alert here. Their secondary is a big issue, and the Rams, especially with Cooper Cutback, will have plenty of weapons like him and Puka Nacua, Tutu Atwell to exploit the secondary. Now, here's where the matchup will be won. Quarterback Matthew Stafford has a hip injury and will not be 100%. So if the Eagles have a good the Eagles have a good pass rush, and if they can get home, and the Rams' offensive line can't hold up, then Stafford could get injured even worse, and things could get ugly. But the Rams on offense should be just fine. So then it comes down to the Eagles' offense versus the Rams' defense. I feel like the Eagles' offense, after finally looking explosive last week against Washington, should be able to outscore the Rams here for the win. Now they're winning 27-23. Jets versus Broncos. Broncos 2-point favorites. The Hackett revenge game is here after Broncos head coach Sean Payton called out former Broncos head coach and current Jets offense coordinator Nathaniel Hackett for doing a bad job. The Jets have a chance to stick up for Hackett here. Since the Jets on offense has finally been explosive last week against the Chiefs, I like their chances to stay hot here against Denver, who's a bottom 5 defense in the league. So then the question becomes, can Denver outscore the Jets, which is a line I never thought I'd be saying just a few weeks ago. It doesn't help the Broncos star running back Javonte Williams might be out this game. I feel the Jets' defense will make a couple key stops here and there to get the Jets a win and breathe life into their season. I'm winning 27-20. Chiefs versus Vikings. Chiefs 4-point favorites. After the Chiefs were lucky to get the win last week, I imagine Chiefs coach Andy Reid will have his team, specifically Mahomes, be more disciplined and play sharp. And since the Vikings do not have a good defense like the Jets do, the Vikings should be able to, I said the Chiefs should be able to put up a lot of points. The Vikings do have a chance to put up points of their own, but I feel since the Chiefs' defense got embarrassed last week, they want to come out with a better product as well, and they want to look more sharp, so I feel like they'll play better. Not sure how much the Chiefs win by, but I do think they get the win, and they halt any momentum Minnesota had after they gained their first win last week. I have Chiefs winning 31-24. Cowboys versus 49ers. 49ers 4-point favorites. The biggest game of the week after the 49ers have ended the Cowboys seasons 2 years in a row now. The Cowboys have a chance to get a win that can help their psyche. The matchup that can worry me is the Cowboys gave up a lot of rushing yards to Arizona just a few weeks ago. And the way 49ers star running back Christian McCaffrey has been playing, that could be trouble. However, they defended him, not defend him well, but they could definitely contain him in the postseason last year. So I feel like they can do their best to do that again. So then it comes down to Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott not only play a clean, air-free game, unlike he did last year, but when they're in the red zone, can they finally convert? Because that's been their struggle all year. If they can, they could definitely get the upset, and I would predict that. However, until the Cowboys prove to me that they can score touchdowns in the red zone, I'll take the 49ers to win here. I have 49ers winning 23-19. And then last but not least, Monday Night Football, you get the Packers versus Raiders. Packers 1-point favorites. We will see if Raiders quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo will be out with concussion protocol or not. If not, then if Jimmy Garoppolo can't go, then the Raiders lose automatically. But if he is good to go, then they can at least be competitive in this game. However, after the Packers quarterback Jordan Love played badly last week, this is one of those great get-right games for him since the Raiders secondary is not good. Also, something to keep in mind is multiple stars for the Raiders, like running back Josh Jacobs or receiver Devontae Adams. They've been very vocal about not liking the direction of the franchise, and odds are they could be ready to just, hey, trade me, or if not, then, just kind of go through the motions and kind of like already give up on the season. Therefore, I like the Packers to bounce back, get the win here. I have Packers winning 24-13. So thank you very much for listening to my podcast today. Please subscribe to my channel, talking about me. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day.